And welcome to Thursday Craft Day. Today I had planned to do the two-tiered tray, but I have a couple of other projects that I want to do to put on that tray, and I'm going to do one of them with you today. But before I get started, I wanted to share a couple of hauls actually, that I have gotten recently. And then we'll get on to the project for today. The first haul is my first craft haul from Temu, and I'm pretty impressed with it myself. These things are all things that I can use for craft card making, which I plan to be doing more of, so you'll see those videos coming up along. The first thing I have is what's called a petal of colors. Okay, and these are ink pads, and they're all on this little petal. You just pull these out by the ends and use them on your stamps. Now these I've had before, and these are pigment inks, and that means they take a long time to dry. They are the kind of inks that you can use embossing powder on, and or use your heat tool to set the ink color. But I wanted to get one with some of those pretty colors in it. And in the same frame, I got this selection of ink pads. When I left Florida, I got rid of basically all of my card making supplies. I just didn't have room to bring them all. So I'm kind of replenishing them a little at a time and being a little selective so I don't have quite as much stuff as I had before. Now these are, this does not say whether they are pigment or dye. I think these are dye, but we'll find out when we go to use them. But again, these have some of the, now this is a darker green as opposed to this green here. This is a gold and a silver, and you can see metallic looking, red, yellow, pink, black, and blue. So this is another ink pad set. Then I got a couple of stamp sets because I really don't have a lot of stamp sets at this point in time. Now this one is a stamp set, and I've got something attached to it. Let's see here. And I just got these, so I'm seeing a lot of these the same time you are. I know there's an entryway here somewhere. Yeah. Now this is a stamp set that is basically sentiments. I can't thank you enough. Your friendship is a blessing. Wishing you much happiness today and always, for you, to and from. Hello baby. Yummylicious. Sending healing hugs. This calls for confetti. Okay? And then I got this one, which is some more sentiments. This is happy birthday. Make a wish and blow out the bonfire. To my partner in crime. How old is that in dog years? It's all down here, still downhill from here. We're still hot, only now it comes in flashes. They say age is only a number, but in your case it's a big one. It's your birthday, so go ahead and eat all the carbs. Do you need a fire extinguisher for all those candles? Hey, I remembered your birthday. Thank you for always being older than me. This may be the year to start lying about your age. How old? You're so old. So those are cute. Now, for this set, I got a set of, I don't know, I forgot what you call them. Anyway, they cut with the machine, And they are made to go with these sentiments. And I'll have to figure them out later as to which ones fit which. So that's going to be interesting to play around with. Then I got some scalloped rectangles, dies for cutting. Okay. Those look pretty. I think you can see them. And then I got some regular rectangles. These are a little smaller. Oh no, I guess they're about the same size. Maybe a little bit smaller. Yeah, they're a little smaller. And then these shapes here, and these are good for cutting out a back pad for a focal image on a card. And then I got these, and these are like frames, ovals, and they have a lot of little holes on them. And I did use one of them just to give it a try, and I haven't finished picking out the things. And you can see it does come out very pretty, but it's one of these that needs a lot of weeding afterwards. Now, this is not just on a Temu die. These kind of dies historically need that kind of weeding. And there is a brush which I have ordered called a die brush, and it's on a roller, and you go along the edge of these, and it pushes all the little pieces of paper out. So, but I think that's going to be pretty. And then I got paper pads. These are 6x6 paper pads, and I am very impressed with the paper pads. The 6x6, people have said that they don't have good shipping for paper. It comes wrinkled and so on and so forth. But with the 6x6, they're all encased in these plastic envelopes, and they really are nice. And this one is all like bees, springtime and bees. And I'm just going to kind of flip through it quickly because there's 5 of them here. You don't need to go through all of them. But isn't this pretty? And there's 2 prints of each one. They're single-sided, but that's fine. And I don't think they were $3. And there's 12 different designs times 2, so there's 24 pieces in here. Aren't they pretty? Look at this. And if you look carefully, there's bees in all of them. Isn't that nice? And that's a pretty one. And the gray. So that's really pretty. I mean, I'm really impressed with it. And they're 6x6, so perfect for card fronts. And I'll just put them to the side here, and I'll put them back in the bags when we finish. Now this one is all pinks. It says, well, I can't read it because the label is right over it. Garden of Dreams. So this is basically flowers. Let me see if I do it this way and then I turn the video around, you'll be able to see them better. So I'll do it this way. That's a pretty one with the clocks. And the hearts. And those are bows, little gingham bows. Isn't that pretty with the florals? And it's good quality paper. It's not like so thin it's going to rip or tear. So those are pretty. And these are pretty. These are lavenders. And I won't open this one. You can see all of the different patterns. Let me just open it to see the, well, I will open it. Because the glare on the camera won't let you see. Well, maybe. Here we are. Aren't they pretty in the lavenders? That looks like some pretty spring flowers. Oh, look at this one. Isn't that pretty for a whole, that could be a whole focal point. So that's nice. And this is the greens. This is really pretty. I love green. Now, aren't these nice? They're very good quality. This is called Green Jade. Look at those prints. Beautiful. And then the last one is called just lavender. It's another purple, but it has more like scenery to it than just flowers and things. And there is a way to open it. I can find it. Well, I don't see it there. Oh, there it is. It's on the front. See, aren't these pretty? These are like scenes. They'd be good for scrapbooking or as a front of a card. Oh, this is pretty. Hydrangea, isn't that pretty? I love this one. This is like bikes. Isn't that pretty? So, that's a lot of designer paper, and I like using 6x6. In fact, I have several albums that I made that use 6x6 paper uncut in order to mat the pages, because that's how they come out, 6.5 by 6.5. This would be perfect to make an album. So we'll have to maybe think about that. So that was basically the Temu haul, and I'm really quite happy with it myself. I haven't opened any of these. I don't know whether they're going to be all dried up, but I don't think so. And I also got a couple of things from Walmart. The first being this package, pretty package of floral napkins. And the reason I got the floral napkins is for the project I'm going to make today. It is a Pioneer Woman napkin. And I didn't know at the time, but it still works out okay. If you open it up this way, you can see they're the luncheon size. But if you open it all the way up, there's a recipe on the other side. But I just cut it here, and I'll show you when we do the project how that works. And the other thing from Walmart were these jonquils. Will you look at this bunch of jonquils? This was under $2. I mean daffodils, not jonquils. I always call them the wrong thing. Under $2, and look how big this is. Look how long it is. I got 2 of those. And I want to use some of these on the 2-tiered tray if they're not too big. Because I didn't realize they're going to be this big. I may be using pearls instead. Pearls, I don't mean pearls, I mean tulips. I'm looking at some pearls. Okay. And I also got a new bottle of Mod Podge. You all know what Mod Podge is. Now I have one more selection of florals I'd like to show you. And these will be for a grapevine wreath coming up in a couple of weeks. And I got all of these florals at Hobby Lobby when they had their 40%. Isn't this pretty? This is this was originally $11.99. Now she wants her wreath, sorry, I'm trying to get them out of the bag without knocking her bag over, to be hydrangeas. So these are the hydrangeas I got. Look at these. Aren't they gorgeous? So there's this, and we have this. Then we have these. Oh, let me see, the hydrangea bush was $19.99. You see, these are not inexpensive florals, but when they're 40% off. So this one here is really pretty. It's $19.99. It has a lot of greenery on it. These will be for like filler flowers. And then I got lots of greenery in different styles. I got this one. If you see one of the branches and how it looks. This was $19.99. And I got 2 of these. Let me get that out of the way. There's 3 of these. Wait a minute, let me get this one out of the way. 3 of these. And these were $4.99. But it's a pretty leaf. So that's going to be fun in a couple of weeks to put that together. All of those florals, and they're beautiful florals, were less than $50 by the time I got the 40% off. So that's my haul that I have so far. And now I'm going to be working on the project that's going to go on the two-tiered tray. And I have a ball jar. Now I would have preferred to have one that was plain without having all of the writing, ball jar and the measurements and so on. But that's the one I have, and I'm not going to worry about it. And I have one of the napkins. And what you have to do with the napkin to start with, I will show you. These are 2-ply napkins. But you're going to open it up, and then you're going to take them apart. And it's a little tricky sometimes to get them started. Especially if you have fake nails. Let's see if I can do it up here where it's not bent. Oh, I also did get a new X-Acto knife. Just a second, let's see if I can use one of those to do that. Here we are. So easy when you do it with the right tools. So you just have to take this apart. Okay. And they come apart pretty easily. But you need to be careful that you don't tear your napkin. And like I said, what I did is just cut this here, because I'm only going to use the floral part. And that's what I have right here. Okay, so now we're going to start with the Mod Podge. And I'm going to pour some out on a plate. And I'm going to give this jar a good coating. Not on the part where you'd screw the cover on, but just on the jar. And you can do this with any jar, actually. It doesn't have to be a ball jar. There's one kind of yogurt. I think it's a French yogurt. And it comes in a glass jar. And I saw somebody take those and make several of them. Okay, so now I'm going to take this. And I'm just going to start right here. And I'm just going to use the Mod Podge to help put this on. And it will get some wrinkles in it, but you can kind of go over them a little bit. And actually these aren't wrinkles, it's picking up the design that's on the jar underneath. There we go. And there's a little bit of gathering at the top because the jar, of course, is not the same width all the way down. Now I'm going to get some scissors, and I could have done this earlier and made my life easier, but I didn't. And I'm actually going to cut this blue off the end. And it doesn't need to be cut on the bottom because it's going to be on the bottom. And Mod Podge, you know, dries clear. Okay, now I'm going to just trim the bottom here a little bit. And I'm going to just bring it over a little at a time. Okay, now I am going to go over this nicely with a big, nice coat of Mod Podge. So there. Now, let's see if I can get this off of my fingers and stand it this way. So now what has to happen is it has to dry. And then we're going to have a really pretty floral vase to put our flowers in on the top of the two-tiered tray. And what I plan to do is to take some of this cord, okay, and I'll wrap it around the top of this once the Mod Podge is dry, around where the cap screws on. So let it dry for a bit, and I will bring it back and show you the next step.